Hi there, it's March 3rd and time for Proverbs 3. Let's just jump over there and we will get right into it. We're using the Living Bible this month and always back it up with a good word for word, which is the New American Standard this month. So let's get into it. And we're still in the preamble of Proverbs. You know, it does have some actual Proverbs in there, but it's a lot of setup for the book. My son, never forget the things I've taught you. If you want a long and satisfying life, closely follow my instructions. Never tire of loyalty and kindness. Hold these virtues tightly. I like that. Loyalty and kindness. Write them deep within your heart. If you want favor with both God and man and a reputation for good judgment and common sense, then trust the Lord completely. Don't ever trust yourself. In everything you do, put God first, and He will direct you and crown your efforts with success. Okay, now this, you don't really recognize it in here, but this was not gonna let me do this, is it? Why won't that let me highlight that? Trying to highlight this. How very strange. Does it work over here? Yeah, see, it works over here. That's very interesting. It won't let me highlight that. Okay, well, let's do it one at a time. Maybe it'll let me do it that way. Yeah, that's strange, huh? Anyway, they worded it completely different in the Living Bible, which I've never seen the Living Bible. I've never read it. But this is a memory verse when I was a kid, and most people can still quote it. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. They've written songs about it, you know. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all of your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight. Yeah. If you were running the 80s, you'll recognize the song that goes with that. It was kind of a Rastafarian kind of a song, which was real famous at the time. So, yeah. 7. Don't be conceited. I like that. Sure of your own wisdom. Instead, trust and reverence the Lord. Fear the Lord. And turn your back on evil. When you do that, then you will be given renewed health and vitality. That's a good one too. That's a really good one. It says, the direct translation is, don't be wise in your own eyes. Don't be all self-absorbed. This is good. Conceited. Sure of your own wisdom. Instead, trust and reverence the Lord. Fear the Lord and turn away from evil. Turn your back on evil. And when you do that, you will be given renewed health and vitality. Okay? Healing in your body. And refreshment to your bones, it says over here. 9 and 10. Honor the Lord by giving Him the first part of your income. And He will fill your barns with wheat and barley and overflow your wine vats. With the finest wines. Yeah. It's been proven over and over again. And in Malachi, the last book of the Old Testament, the Lord actually says, it's the only place in the Bible where the Lord says, test me in this. Like, I dare you. Give the first fruits, the first part of your income to the Lord, and He will give back to you. Okay? I found out when I was tithing the first parts of my income, I always had enough money to pay the bills, to buy the groceries, to put gas in the car. It never failed. Because He said, I dare you. You know, give Him the first part of your incomes, and He will fill your barns with wheat and barley and overflow your wine vats with the finest wine. Okay? We don't use that as signs of wealth nowadays. It's money, paying the gas bill and electric bill and buying groceries and putting gas in the car. He'll do that. 11. Young man, do not resent it when God chastens and corrects you, for his punishment is proof of his love. Just as a father punishes a son he delights in to make him better, so the Lord corrects you. That's a good one. We're going to end up highlighting this whole chapter, huh? Yeah. If you ever seen a rotten kid in the grocery store, and you don't correct him, he's not your kid. Okay? He'll never learn. He's going to grow up and be stupid. Your own kids, you correct them. You don't let them do that. And they grow up, and they're wise and smart. Okay? If God is correcting you, you're his child, and he loves you and cares about you. Okay? And you shouldn't resent it. Yeah, because you're learning something. Just proof that the Lord loves you. Okay, 13. This is like 13 through 18 in one. They ran them all together in paragraphs. The man who knows right from wrong and has good judgment and common sense is happier than the man who is immensely rich. And it probably says this very simply in the over here in 13. Blessed is the person who finds wisdom and one who attains understanding. For her profit is better than the profit of silver, and her produce is better than gold. Right. So, your common sense, good judgment, you're happier. You know? I mean, just look anywhere. You see the rich people today, they're not happy. I mean, they're buying mansions and yachts and stuff, and they're miserable, and they're rehab, they're getting drunk, and they're doing horrible, awful, illegal things that they're getting caught for now. Because everything's getting made known. Right. For such wisdom is far more valuable than precious jewels. Nothing else compares to it. Wisdom gives, a long good life, riches, honor, pleasure, peace. Okay. Now this is the guarantee of wisdom. If you, number 1, fear the Lord, and number 2, seek wisdom, these are its rewards. Long good life, riches, honor, pleasure, peace. Okay? Who doesn't want to have all those things? You know, that's one of the reasons we're doing Proverbs over and over again. So we can till we know them by heart. Then wisdom will give good life, a good long life, right? Riches, honor, pleasure, peace. 18. Wisdom is a tree of life. To those who eat her fruit, happy is the man who keeps on eating it, right? Never stop learning. Okay? I think we'll highlight that too. Never stop learning. I'm 64 and I'm still learning. And I'm going to keep on learning all the days of my life. Okay, 19. The Lord's wisdom founded the earth. His understanding established all the universe and space. The deep fountains of the earth were broken open by his knowledge, and the skies poured down rain. Right. God does everything. Have 2 goals. Wisdom, that is knowing and doing right, and common sense. Okay? Have 2 goals. Wisdom. I keep touching the other mouse button. Wisdom and common sense. Got that? 2 goals. Wisdom and common sense. Don't let them slip away, for they fill you with living energy and bring you honor and respect. They keep you safe from defeat and disaster and from stumbling off the trail. With them, on guard, you can sleep without fear. You need not be afraid of disaster or the plots of wicked men, for the Lord is with you. He protects you. Get that? You have wisdom and common sense. You can sleep without fear. That's cool. 27. Don't withhold repayment of your debts. Don't say some other time, if you can pay now. Don't plot against your neighbor. He is trusting you. Don't get into needless fights. Don't envy violent men, Don't copy their ways. For such men are an abomination to the Lord, but he gives his friendship to the godly. The curse of God is on the wicked, but his blessing is on the upright. The Lord mocks at mockers. Mocks at mockers. What's it say over here? Scoffs at the scoffers. The Lord mocks at mockers, but helps the humble. The wise are promoted to honor, but fools are promoted to shame. Okay? Well, that's important. A lot of people don't do this, okay? Don't withhold repayment of your debts. Don't say some other time if you can pay now. If you got the money to pay your bills first. Okay? Don't plot against your neighbor because he trusts you. Don't get into needless fights. Don't envy violent men. Don't copy their ways. Like that? And it's not going to let me. Right. Don't envy violent men. There are some violent people out there. And some of these rappers, they're violence, and they're not really thugs, but they play that, they act the part out, and people want to follow that. Okay? Not a good idea. So there's Proverbs 3. Let's go over our highlights. We highlighted a lot here, so. Okay, we highlighted 3. Never tire of loyalty and kindness. Hold these virtues tightly, write them deep within your heart. Yeah, loyalty and kindness and humbleness are the most important things. Okay. I love the saying says, if you can't be anything else, be kind. Okay? Kindness. People like kind people. Okay? And loyalty. Stay loyal to your friends, to your family. Okay. And the famous verse. We'll read both of these. If you want favor with both God and man and a reputation for good judgment and common sense, then trust the Lord completely. That's important, completely. Don't ever trust yourself. Okay? And everything you do, put God first, and he will direct you and crown your efforts with success. I like that. Trust the Lord completely. Yeah, how hard that is, completely in everything. Don't trust yourself. Okay? In the famous version, trust in the Lord with all of your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all of your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. Yeah, it's hard for me not to sing that in my head, but I know that song. Yeah, completely. Okay, we highlighted 7 and 8. Don't be conceited, sure of your own wisdom. Instead, trust and reverence the Lord and turn your back on evil. When you do that, then you will be given renewed health and vitality. Okay, don't be full of yourself. Don't think you know everything. People who think they know everything can be taught nothing. Well, first thing is to say, you know what, I don't know everything. I know some stuff. I don't know everything. And the stuff I do know, there may be a better way to know it than I know it now. So, right? And any wise person will do that. You're like a wise person that will say, I never thought of it that way. That's very good. And they want to learn. Yeah. Don't be sure of your own wisdom. Never be full of yourself. Okay, we highlighted 9 and 10. Important stuff. Honor the Lord by giving him the first part of all your income, and he will fill your barns with wheat and barley and overflow your vine vats with the finest wines. Give to the Lord first. They call it a tithe. It doesn't be a tithe. It can be more, but when you get paid, the first check you should write out is your tithe check. Give to the Lord first. And it says it right here, and it says it all over the Bible. If you give to the Lord first, you'll always have food. You'll always have drink. You'll never want for anything, because he'll always give you more than you give him every time. Okay? People don't believe it till they actually do it. I just can't afford that. Man, I barely have enough to pay the rent. Well, you get to the Lord first, and you know what? You will have enough to pay the rent. Plus, more. You just have to have faith and do it. Okay, we highlighted 11 and 12. Young man, do not resent it when God chastens and corrects you, for his punishment is proof of his love. Just as a father punishes a son he delights in to make him better, so the Lord corrects you, right? Somebody used to, and I used to say it sometimes, say we're all God's children. You know what? We're not all God's children. Those who fear the Lord and have Jesus in their heart, those are God's children. Okay? And he loves his children. He corrects his children just like you correct your children because you love them. But you're not going to correct somebody else's child because he's not your child. Okay? Important not to resent it when God is correcting you. Hey. Highlighted 13. The man who knows right from wrong has a good judgment and common sense. Let's start that over. A man who knows right from wrong, what's this? A man who finds wisdom, right? And has a good judgment and common sense is happier than the man who is immensely rich. At that, the man who knows right from wrong has good judgment and common sense is happier than the man who is immensely rich. Like that. I've known some poor people that are wise that are very happy, very content. And 16 and 17. Wisdom gives a long life, riches and honor, pleasure and peace. Right? Isn't that what you want out of life, right? A good long life, riches, honor, pleasure, and peace. Happy is the man who keeps on eating the tree. Wisdom is a tree of life to those who eat her fruit. Happy is the man who keeps on eating it, right? Okay, have two goals. The two goals we should have: wisdom, that is knowing and doing right, and common sense, right? Don't let them slip away, for they fill you with living energy and bring you honor and respect, right? Wisdom and common sense, two goals. How do you get common sense? I just thought it was always common sense was just something you had. Not everybody has common sense, but okay, we highlighted 27 and 28. Don't withhold repayment of your debts. Don't say some other time if you can pay now. Right? Pay your bills when you get the money, or you'll be tempted to spend it on something else, and then you don't have the money to pay your bills, and then you get in trouble. 31 and 32, we highlighted, don't envy violent men. Don't copy their ways, for such men are an abomination to the Lord, but he gives his friendship to the godly. Right? Don't envy violent people. And they're out there, rich, violent, bullies, thugs. Certain people that are trying to take over the world. So you have it. That's Proverbs 3 for April 3rd. Lots of good stuff in there. So we'll just keep on doing that. I think I'm using a different splash screen this week. So there you have it. Have a good day. Keep reading, keep studying. Stay tuned later today. We are in Judges still. And we're going to start the story of Samson today, which is always an exciting story. Movies made about it and everything. So it'll be fun. But that'll be later today. Till next time, remember, stay humble. Don't be conceited. Common sense. Honor. Loyalty. Kindness. All those things. See you next time.